is telling ESPN. He coached the Raptors for 7 seasons and led the team to 5 straight playoff appearances in 3 consecutive 50-win seasons. Stenphen A, I know you think fondly of Casey. What's your reaction to this news?
Well, I think this disgusts me. My instant reaction is that it's BS. I don't think he deserved it because he lost to the best player in the world. Now, it doesn't help that he got swept. But if you look at the roster that was assembled and how they fold whenever LeBron James is in their vicinity, I don't know how you can blame the coach for that, having to deal with the personnel he has. If you had lost to various teams over the last 3 or 4 years in the playoffs, I get that part. In other words, it wasn't just Cleveland. It was Boston. It was Philly. It was Milwaukee or somebody. That would be different. But he's lost to the same guy the last 3 years. I don't care what coach you bring in there, even if it's Jerry Stackhouse, who I think has a really good shot at getting this job. At the end of the day, if you don't alter your personnel to some degree, it's going to be the same result because these guys, whenever they're going against LeBron and LeBron only, they fold like cheap tents. And I don't think that's on Casey. But he'll get another job soon if a team is smart, which I think they are, because he's damn sure not going to be unemployed long.
Yeah, I think Dwayne Casey's getting a raw deal here. But I think who Masai Ujiri really needs to look at is geography. He needs to fire geography, because that's really the problem with Toronto. Let me explain. It is not only a cold weather city. And if you want to know why the Western Conference has been better than the Eastern Conference since forever, it's because people would prefer to play in warm weather cities, cold weather cities by and large. And so that gives Western Conference teams an advantage. So not only is Toronto a cold weather city, but if you have a well-run franchise in New York, in Boston, in Philadelphia, as we're seeing in Boston and Philadelphia at least, you can be a great team. You can win championships even. But not if you're in addition to that north of the border. And it's no knock against Canada or Toronto. I know a lot of people watch us up there on TSN, Stenphen A, and they were happy that I picked the Raptors and feel like there's some anti-Canada bias going on. There isn't. It's that no one feels like going through customs. It's like technically it's international travel. Even though it's a long, friendly border, still you got to go through customs every time. It's a pain in the butt. No one's trying to do that. So you add a cold weather city to that. Plus, everything's a little different. The currency, the whole thing. Players don't really want to put up with that. So, and not to mention tax implications, everything. So, if you're Toronto, it's difficult to attract a type A, like 5-star level free agent. You either have to get that through the draft in terms of quality of player, and since Ujiri's been there, they've always been excellent, so they're never picking toward the top of the draft, or you have to do the best you can assembling different pieces that you could find undervalue. You draft a guy like DeRozan, he turns into a really good player, you sign him to an extension, you acquire a guy like Lowry, you hope they can play together, you get some complementary pieces. It really is an issue of geography right now, I believe, that Ujiri is running into. That's not to say it can't be done in Toronto. It can be. And Ujiri's given it a good shot. Like, look, they're good every year. It's not the coach's fault.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that we agree there. My problem is that he's being scapegoated. You've got folks that are going to sit up there and talk about, Dwayne Casey, it was close with Cavaliers, it comes down to coaching. No, you have a particular superstar that snatches the heart right out of their chest. Cleveland would know about it from the days of Mark Price with Larry Nance, Matt Doherty, and those boys with Craig Elo because they kept running into Jordan. The same could be said for the New York Knicks, who kept running into Jordan. You have situations where you have stars that just have such a profound impact on a particular team that is what derails them. And so for me, for Dwayne Casey to be the scapegoat here, I got a real problem with it. I don't like it at all.
We'll leave it there, guys.
Agreed.
And I know you said this before, Stenphen A, but I could see him also getting hired very quickly as well when there's an opening.
Yes, he will. Yeah.
All right, guys. Coming up after the break, who's more important to the Warriors defending the crown? Is it Chef Curry or is it KD? The fellas agree, and you don't want to miss it.